Hi, everybody.
How you doing? How you doing?
Not bad. How are you doing?
Hmm. Hmm.
You seem a bit in the dumps.
Oh, actually, I'm doing fine. I'm looking. Okay. So this, I discovered that on my phone I have a folder where when I default load something up, it defaults to this folder, which had all these screenshots from my Ring camera in it, which was fine. But then I thought about it and I was like, since it's defaulting to that folder, the most useful thing would be to put all those pictures that I perpetually show over and over and over, like my best pieces of art, this picture of George that someone always wants to see, or you know what I mean, like perpetually these same things show up over and over. And so I've been swapping them back and forth. And while I was over here, I discovered like a whole bunch of screenshots I took of a YouTube video which was about lighting and lighting a scene. And I really liked the way that they did it. So I just took pictures of it with my phone. And I was like, oh, that's in family photos and really needs to be in like my how to do photography photos, you know? That's all.
Yeah.
So I'm just like doing a whole bunch of how in the world am I doing all of this stuff? What does this stuff mean anyway? Who are these people?
Why am I in this handbasket?
Right? Where are we going? Why am I in this handbasket? So it's nothing bad. I'm just sitting here going, what in the world? Why did I do this? So that's all. That's all. Like all of these books that are recommended books for me to read. Hmm. That's all. I was just kind of. So, no, I'm actually doing just fine.
Cool, because you weren't acting like it.
Yeah, no, I am fine. I'm just doing the slightly distracted because I'm like, what is this? Wait, what are these pictures for? Who are these people? You know, my sister is coming down with a cold, so there is a small possibility that I will still be here Friday
Oh?
because I may delay departure by one day just because I don't want to get into it. Yeah, I don't. Whatever she's got, I don't want it. Yeah, so I was like, you see, I don't want that. Whatever it is, I don't want it. So
What is this?
she just has a cold. But either way, I don't want the cold. You know what I mean? Like, so I might leave. I might leave Saturday instead of leaving Friday. If I leave Saturday, I'll still have a normal morning, a Friday morning stream.
Where are you going?
San Antonio to see my sister.
Ah,
Did I not tell you this story?
no.
My stepmom put all of my dad's stuff in a pod and then shipped it to my sister and then called her and told her that that was what was happening.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did tell me that.
So she is mad. She is like really mad. Because, of course, she has no spot for it. She doesn't know what she's going to do with it. So I'm going to Friday drive down to San Antonio and help her break that thing down and figure out what to do with it. It's all the rest of my dad's stuff. And like, it's not, I mean, it's all the rest of my dad's stuff that my stepmom didn't want. I mean, my stepmom did like my dad. So it's not like she's being a jerk or anything like that. She missed a critical, she had a critical failure on her logic check. That's all. a little bit out there. So anyway, the long and the short of it is that I'm heading down there day after tomorrow. And it's like, it's a long drive too. It's like, ugh. It's an 8-hour drive or 8-hour drive on Saturday, but it'll be a 6-hour drive on Friday if I just lay into it, stopping only at McDonald's and Starbucks drive-throughs, sort of thing, putting gas in the car and keeping the pedal to the metal. I should be able to do it in 2 stops. So
I can do it in 2.
yeah, I mean, it's I'm not looking forward to it anyway.
Hi, Melon.
Melon's like, just waiting, man, just waiting for you to roll out there. Because I was just like petering out slowly petering. It was very funny.
So that's the other thing is, we were talking yesterday about putting more body language into your characters.
Yar.
Look at Melon's work.
I know Melon does some great work on that. Absolutely agree. Melon's really good. So Melon, yesterday I went to our little drawing meeting, our physical in-person drawing meeting with all the rest of the artists that don't usually hang out on here. And we were all together and doing artwork, and they were helping me with mobility and like my art, like trying to keep my give my characters life. And we were working on that, and we were talking about, how to make that express and things like that. And so your name has been brought up, but not necessarily in vain. So at least that's a good thing.
In your drawing, you are very good at it. Holy crap.
I concur.
This is actually turning out pretty good. I like this drawing. Did I lose everything?
No.
No. Okay.
I just started saying something and then stopped mid sentence. Mostly because I'm going through my pictures and just found pictures of the last time that we were out doing archery with my buddy JD. And I was looking for these pictures before and thought I had lost them. And I hadn't. So that was good. Although I am slightly annoyed.
Oh,
There we go.
I love your facial expressions. But even the
Okay.
body language on these characters are absolutely delightful.
Sometimes it just makes me sad. The little things that get missed. Ugh.
You are very welcome, Melon.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Those are adorable. I'm just now catching up.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you start to see the limitations of a particular style. And it doesn't make sense to continue to push that area. That was the thing I ran into was I hit the very edge of, well, I wouldn't say the very edge. I hit the edge of what I could do with a manga style. And so I started looking at American styles that I had been ignoring. And I've since started to do this hybrid style. Whoa.
Your screen went blank.
Yeah, a lot of things just happened right then. Give me a moment.
As long as you're not worried, I'm not worried.
Okay, I'm back.
I have an entire folder called cat pictures. Legitimately too many pictures of George.
Are they George approved?
They're George in the sink. There's a lot of pictures of George in the sink. Some pictures of George in the shower. That's cute. He is a creature after my own heart because he does not like hot. And so he loves the sink because it's porcelain and it's cool. And so he can just drop in the sink and it just like sucks all of the heat out of his body, I guess. Because, he's a weird little cat. Weird little cat. He's our weird little cat, but he's still a weird little cat. So it's funny, on January 17th, 2021, we had a power outage here. It lasted 3 hours. Then I drove to Houston in February, on the 15th of February. The power went out for 2 days. I'm just like, the difference between the way Colorado handles cold and Texas handles cold. I mean, yes, it was an unprecedented ice storm. I completely agree, but it was still very funny that, we had a power outage that lasted for 3 hours. They had a power outage that lasted for 2 days. And I happened to be in both of them back to back, which cracks me up.
I have become Guy, destroyer of power grids.
Right? That's what I do, apparently, is just wipe out power grids. What's my problem, man?
So what do you think of CSP2?
I think I need to mess with it some more here in a second and stop doing what I'm doing right now.
That's fair.
Gonna keep messing with it. But I think that that's probably a good thing for me to go do, is to mess with some CSP2. Take a look at it. Look at all these cat pictures. But look at the cat pictures. But what about the cat pictures? All right. I could probably spend forever sorting stuff, and I really shouldn't do that right now. Now is not the time for that.
You're in a drawing tech.
Right? I really should be looking at what's going on here. So let's go ahead and equalize our pictures and switch to my drawing monitor. Now let's take a look at Clip Studio Paint 2. You got called sis? You don't know what that means? Cis just means that you're not
You're straight.
Yeah, you're straight. It's the technical term for straight, not LGBT. Although I am starting to agree with my buddy Alex on that one. I think we are all percentage of.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because I consider myself cis as well. But I mean, if I wasn't trained in the 80s, you got told it's because I called someone they, that means you're cis?
No,
No.
because there are some people that they prefer that as a gender term. Yeah,
That
no,
sounds cool to
you're
me.
fine.
Sounds good
You're
to me.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah, call them they. I tend to call people they whenever I don't know who they are. Don't forget you're paid.
because like cat is they.
Cat's a they. But I met cat as a she, so I get confused from time to time.
Yeah, well, we both did.
It's fine. I mean, they seem to be okay with it. As long as it's a legit slip up and not an intentional slur, which it is. It's always a legit slip up. I just don't know these things. I don't remember things. I have a hard time with names and stuff. So you were up here to get scritches and then you walked away, huh? Okay, fine. You do you. All right. Let's see what we've got. We've got new heads. Wow, look at all these heads.
Yeah, that can happen. Particularly if the person themselves aren't clear on who they are.
Right? It's just a head. It's just a head. Hmm. Looks slightly terrifying to me. Hmm. Interesting. It's a monster. Oh, a huge shadow. I cast a massive shadow.
That's what she said.
I'm drunk. I'm so drunk.
It it is.
That's a safe statement. You're good. You're nothing wrong with that.
I don't know why they made a big deal out of it though.
Huh? It's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, probably.
The odds are good. The odds are good. It's the same argument I'm having with another friend of mine on Facebook. Like, the odds are good that it's a misunderstanding. No, 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 no. They definitely meant this. Okay, but I'm just saying the odds are good. Like 90 to 10%. So 9 to 1 odds that it's just a misunderstanding and somebody just misunderstood. That's all. Oh, backgrounds. Oh, motion. Oh, motion? What do we have under motion? Character motion? What does that mean? Camera motion? What does that mean? What does any of this mean? Character textures. Can I change the character textures? Wow, look at all these textures.
Yeah, they is a safe. Yeah, that's a safe term. Like, I don't. Some people get caught up in being hurt
Yep.
that they don't stop to think that sometimes a person doesn't know,
Right?
and instead of prejudging a situation, they default to, hey, this is safe. Tell me what your preferred pronouns are.
Oh, what are these bodies? Yeah. I think, and usually it's a hurt response. Like, it's a response from being hurt for people, and I get it. It's just sad because it's like, well, all you're doing is hurting people by accident, which isn't what you want to do. So, yeah, I don't know. I've noticed a lot of prejudice in a lot of things that even amongst my own friends, because I have started a whole different thought process now where I'm giving everybody the benefit of the doubt, even politically. And it's interesting how often somebody will post a post that's, let's say, politically left. And I will say, hey, that's not sourced properly. And the immediate response is, so you're defending them? You defend this position, whatever horrible position this is? I'm like, no, not defending the position. Nothing to do with the position. And no matter what I say, it always gets read into, why are you defending horrible people who do horrible things to innocent people in America? And it's like, I'm not. I'm saying you didn't source it properly. And then it's, well, why is that a problem? Don't you think this is an important thing? Yeah, it's absolutely important.
That's why it needs to be sourced.
That's why it needs to be sourced properly.
It's like, this is so important that you can't go into it half-assed.
Right? Well, I think people are building themselves into a war. Legitimately. They're building themselves into a frenzy. The discussion I'm having right now is, shouldn't take commissions. That's weird.
What? Uh,
It's weird.
you're, you're about to see me take the Jackie Chan look of just. Ah,
It's so weird. I don't understand sometimes. Sometimes people are just weird.
like George. George is weird.
George is very weird. George has issues. Like, why
Does he
is
have
right
issues
now
or
this-
volumes?
Yeah, like he's in the sink right now.
I would actually be surprised if he wasn't.
Right? I mean, like he's in the sink. He's happy. Oh yeah. It's better that way. Okay. I haven't. I mean, really, honestly, the biggest thing that makes me just so happy is that they widow orphan now. I can't believe it took them years to fix that problem. Like, maybe
Well,
close to
they've
it.
also fixed word wrap.
Well, that's what I mean. Widow orphaning and word wrap. So, word wrap is the big term for widow orphan. Widow orphan is what you call abandoning a part of a word on one line, the orphan, and then having the rest of the, well, that's called the widow. And then the orphan is the other half of the word on the other line. If you don't have proper word wrap, you widow orphan. The word gets split up. But if you correctly do it, then it's hyphenated. But in English, you hyphenate on the syllables, which is an important rule to know. You have to hyphenate on a syllable. You can't just take the first two letters and then hyphenate and then put the rest of the word on the next line, because then it makes no sense. So that's all part of properly widow orphaning. So, yeah, that was what was driving me crazy, was stupid widow orphan. And now you've gotten your little bit of English for the day from an ex-English teacher, and that's part of it. We always do weird stuff. Strange English teachers.
Oh, wow. Okay, check this out.
I'm checking. Hang on. I need to check to see if there's an update for Kerbal.
So,
Not yet. Sorry. Go ahead.
see the color picture?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I didn't know you could do that with tones.
That's how I got all my tones corrected. I picked all my colors and then I hit the tone button. And then I was like, all these colors look the same. God damn it. And then I had to go change all my colors. I spent an entire night doing that. It was horrible. Because those of us that do black and white manga, they have to be careful with our colors to make sure that they look okay in black and white. So, yeah, I spent an entire night pushing that button over and over and over. Which is good, because you showed me a whole bunch of buttons that I didn't know earlier today. So I feel good that at least I know one button you didn't know. I don't feel so stupid. This turned out okay too. I wonder if there's a way to convert, because I know I can extract the line out of this. Oh, boy, it sure does. brutalized the drawing. Hmm.
By the way, thank you, Guy, for teaching me about skirts.
Oh, you are welcome.
Because I think I'm getting more dynamics.
Somewhat disturbed that that's a thing we're thinking. You are welcome, my friend, anytime, of course. Jokes aside.
Yes. Because I think I'm getting more dynamic ruffles.
I think you are too.
Kilts.
Kilts. I love kilts. But the pleats on my kilts are always slightly different than the pleats on skirts.
Wrecked him. Hell, damn near killed him. That was a heavy sigh.
It's not a problem. I'm doing the like, meh, is that the right color? Do I want to mess with that or not?
So is Kerbal
Updatable? Not yet. They're supposed to put an update today or tomorrow. But I was hoping that it'd be, tomorrow new or midnight Pacific or not, Eastern time. Because if it'd be midnight Eastern, then we'd already have an update. But there's no update yet. They're going to fix a lot of the major bugs that both B. Shimoda and I have been suffering from epically. And I have been much more humored than B. Shimoda has. He has not been as humored by it as I have been.
No.
I am used to Kerbal blowing stupid stuff up all the time. So really, I'm just like, yep, well, this is par for the course, Even though it's not. Like, the problem is that B. Shimoda is further along in the game than I am. And so...
Well, also, too, there's some ticks in there.
Are you talking about in Bishimoto personality or
Yes.
game? Because I mean, like my assumption has been that he's further along in the game than I am, and there comes a certain point where you expect the game to start behaving well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still at the part of the game where I just expect that I'm going to have at least a 50% Kerbal fatality rate, and I just accept it. I mean, really, in Kerbal 2, they're giving them nukes. So something's going to go horribly wrong somewhere. You're asking for it. You're giving Kerbals nuclear devices. It's just something is going to go bad. So I don't go into that game expecting miracles. So I just don't get worked up about it. So I've been enjoying it because, then when I actually managed, like I did, I landed on the moon and managed to get them back from the moon. And I consider that I did a full moon cycle and managed to get them there and back without them dying. I call that a win. But then glitch happened and I lost the entire crew. Like they're off my roster, which makes me mad because there's exactly one female Kerbal. And I lost her. She's gone. I'm like, hey, Cat.
Hey, Cat.
We were just discussing you the other day.
And earlier.
Yeah. But
And
for good reasons.
Earlier today, too.
For good reasons.
As
Because we love you. That kind of
as
stuff.
I scolded Guy for not using vectors.
Yes. Actually. Like, totally. Like, got into... So, you and I had this discussion... You and I had this discussion a while back about how vectors are superior to raster, yet we keep forgetting and not using it. And I was like, I'm forgetting more than reasonably, which makes me think something else is going on. And sure as the world, it was because I was having a hard time with my workflow. The way that I do my workflow is I line the art in and then duplicate the layer, put the layer underneath it, and then fill the color flats on the layer below, because then if it bleeds over the line, I don't care. Right? And that was my workflow. And when you're in Vector, you can't do that because you have to rasterize the layer. And I get really frustrated with, I'll duplicate the layer and then I'll go grab my paint bucket and then I'll go over to it and it won't work. And I'm like, what did I break? And it takes me like a good solid 30 seconds of real frustration figuring out what I screwed up before I figure out, oh, that's right. It's a vector layer. I've got to rasterize it first. But then Can was telling me all about the idea of clicking the little lighthouse to reference a layer, and then I can just fill with impunity without needing to do anything. I don't need to duplicate the layer or anything. I can just go underneath it, hit the lighthouse on the layer, and then on the line layer as a reference, and then just fill to my heart's content on the underlying layer. And it was like, oh, that is so cool. I mean, it's a couple of steps more, but it's so much more a lasso fill tool. What? The what?
Yeah. Yeah, I use the lasso a lot.
So are you busier than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocket chairs? I like rocket chairs. Don't think that there aren't problems when you have a cat in rocket chairs. I mean, now that CSP2s, this is, by the way, this is 2. I'm running 2 right now. And did you notice, Cat? They fixed the word wrap problem. I was willing to pay the money anyway, but it was worth $40 just to get rid of the word wrap problem because now I think I can pretty much effectively dump Photoshop. Finally. You know, we don't have music. You know what? Some people are
Yeah,
missing.
we should probably fix that.
I'm going to fix that right
We're
now.
so professional at this.
Oh, we broadcast twice a day. We mess up every so often. Enter this video.
So depending on what this storm does, you might not be heading out tomorrow anyways.
I'm not heading out tomorrow. I'm heading out Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
it depends.
tomorrow
If my sister's still sick, if she's sick, I'm holding off. I'm not going down there.
But it's supposed to switch over to snow. So all this rain could freeze overnight.
That'd be so much fun. No. No. Look at my screen.
I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, that's not right. Download. I'm going to download it. Why does it say Moody? Why is it Moody? Oh. Oh, okay. I get it. Oh, yeah. I'm downloading it. Login してください. No, I don't need to log in. I'll just find it from this. In the work. Dun dun dun. And I hate to say this, Cat, it doesn't slow me down at all. I can read it in Japanese too. So it's all good.
Which one of us here has spent years in Japan?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm good. Cat's like, I'm sorry, I'm in the Japanese. It doesn't matter. I'm good. Yeah, I can still pull it up here. It's still in the Clip Studio assets. I just have to figure out which one it is. Because there's like 4 of them, and there's 5 of them here. Tool to remove, close and fill tool without, tool aids template close, tool setting others, maybe? It's all good. Maybe this one? Let's see. I have clicked it. Yes, it is. Okay. Thank you. I
Guy put it up.
1759441759448. Yep, got it.
Put it up.
Oh noes. Oh noes. Oh noes. How bad?
I mean, it's not terrible. It's just frustrating.
180.
Particularly with my shading style.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh, 180. Oh. Don't forget to set the reference layer. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you were looking on. You were starting on chapter 2.
Yeah.
I was excited to see that.
Doing the completion dance. Look at you. Woo. Mm. Nice.
Nice.
Yes. Well, I mean, your work pretty much rocks, so there's that.
And you deserve every little bit of that.
Oh, yeah. I just love that you show up on here and you're like, here, do this thing. Oh, hey. Like, I don't know, like this pen. I don't know, maybe that pen I don't like as much. It's got a rough texture. I don't like rough texture. I like smooth. I like smooth.
Yeah, I see you doing that. Now
Yeah,
that is,
I think that's one of your better traits, my friend. It sounds like you have traits that are not better traits. Go with the flow on this one. Ignore the weird ADD-ness of my word salad, and instead take the spirit of which I had just said.
Guy is like George.
Weird. And I sleep in sinks
And knock over cups.
and knock over cups.
Yeah. I understand that too.
Yeah, I hear that as well, my friend. That said, don't let that deter you. If you want, you can join us and we'll keep you on task and you can help people because we're broadcasting. So you'll help as many people as you can. Well, whoever. Well, I don't know. It may not be as much of a selling point, but still.
Yeah, we were teaching Guy about body language.
As soon as you say that, though, I can't unhear that song from frickin' Little Mermaid. And don't underestimate the power of body language.
First, we've got to create the mood.
Yeah, well, that's what we're looking at. I mean, you look at this picture of Chang, and she looks contemplative, and that's what we were working on with body language, trying to get her to look like she's contemplating and thinking. And I opted to give her what do we call it? Mannerism, and chewing on her thumbnail.
Yeah.
So pulling her body in and pulling it back a little and shrinking it down a little bit more, making her look a little smaller while she thinks. You know, she's got to process this through. The character has a superb tactical mind, and she just has like confidence issues sometimes, and so she can push the numbers through her brain really quick, but then she second guesses and like, maybe that's not right, you know. Which is why she's really, really good in high pressure battle situations. Because she doesn't have time to think twice about it. She just does what her instincts tell her to do, and her instincts are always sharp. And so you can draw anything you want right now. Does that mean like you're free from your commissions for the moment? Oh, yeah. And now you're like, free. I love that. Like that moment where you're like, oh, I can do anything I want now.
I can draw my own things.
Right?
Yay!
Finally, I can draw my own stuff. I'm not like beholding to something. I only know that you do commissions, so I'm working with what I got. That's all.
furrow her brow more. She looks like she's lightly sucking on her thumb for enjoyment rather than thinking.
Let's try that. Hey.
See, even that little bit right there makes her look more like she's contemplating a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I would actually push the brow a little bit more, but that's just me. But before, you had her kind of this plain expression with her sucking her thumb, and now you're bringing the brow down and in more.
Sure. Yeah, no, I'm with you. You can even put kind of these little stress lines right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. A little more contemplative. She's losing her eyebrow there, though. Problem is that Chang's eyebrows are straight. It's an affectation of certain Asian women. And that's the eyebrows are like almost exactly straight. And so when I built the model, her eyebrows are almost exactly straight. So bringing them down is, thanks, Melon. Bringing them down is a little, like, I can't tilt them too much inward because it doesn't fit the plane of her brow.
But sometimes you have to exaggerate.
Yep. Don't want to push too far, though, so that it starts to look funny. It's not an excuse to not do what you were saying. That sounded kind of like I was being defensive, and I was just really just noting for my own reference to not push too much down, because her eyebrows have to be they're straight and they're level. They don't tilt much, and I think that's actually because of a very plain brow. Like certain, she's genetically modified, and so part of the genetic modifications on her is that her brow is very plain and flat. Her face is relatively flat. Not something she's ecstatic about. Yes, it actually kind of goes with the territory.
Oh,
Weirdest video. Melon, there are some weird videos. You're going to have to quantify.
What the?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. The video I saw that was really cool was of cats speaking Chinese. I thought that was cool. Yeah, no, we need to like screen cap that.
Now I've seen everything. I've seen it all. So, yeah, go ahead and post that.
Well, I mean, like Cat's response sounds like Cat saw it too.
Yeah.
Well, it's on YouTube. I'm going to regret this, aren't I?
Maybe.
Did it have?
Just why? Why? Why is that a thing? Like, I guess it could be useful for makeup artists and things like that.
Or getting out of class.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to go because this looks like a very young hand.
Yeah.
This is like a teenager. It's fascinating, though.
It's like,
This is the kind of stuff, though, that my buddy Troy would be into. Because he likes to do makeup effects. I think he'd love to see makeup effects that could be done realistically looking with pens. I think he'd find that fascinating. In fact, that's
absolutely
fascinating enough. I'm going to do that right now and send it to him. You guys are all like, what? And I'm like, ooh, send this to Troy.
Do you know the artist Ryan Estrada?
Of him or know him direct?
Of him.
It sounds familiar.
He's a cartoonist. He's in Korea, but he does a lot of different books. Like, he can churn out a 158 page full color book in, I think, about a month. Like, this guy makes me look slow.
Right. I think the funniest part is you're saying these things, and right now your video is running slow.
Yeah, there you go.
So it made it even better. I don't know. Maybe Melon. Who knows? He likes to do now. He likes to do makeup effects with cosplayers. So that's why I was like, I'll send this to him because that's actually he might use it. Who knows? Because he sometimes will work with cosplayers, and the cosplayers get them, messed up pretty good looking or whatever. And so they only have to survive conventions, which can also be pretty hot. Shrug.
So Ryan Estrada discovered that there is a restaurant themed off of bootlegs, like for the menu boards. Mm-hmm. It's all bootlegged off of his comic.
Okay.
Like, let me save this. This is hilarious. So that is his learn to speak Korean comic that the pictures are coming from. The cartoon images
Mm-hmm.
that they've put onto clip backgrounds of generic buildings and things like that.
That's awesome and terrifying. It's kind of weird. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I know what the heck I'm doing.
Good, I'm glad one of us knows.
Yeah, well, you may not last. We'll have to see.
You have a very random assortment of things going on, Melon. Yeah, I think the algorithm has given up on me at this point. It's just like, I don't know what to do. Just send them this.
Yeah, I think the algorithms just jumped the shark on me too. After a while, it's like it just doesn't know. Okay, we're gonna fix this problem because this has been a problem for a while. I'm feeling like I am in between spots at the moment. Barney blimp popping for that sounds really weird. Okay. Oh, that just sounds like somebody paid for it, probably. Because really, this thing that's up here in this upper left-hand corner should be this guy.
Yeah, I've started getting into the organizer, organizing your spaces and those kind of craft videos,
Hmm.
and that's really driven the algorithm mad.
Oh, I can see that.
Because that's like, now I'm starting to intersect with like, lonely housewife that wants something to do with her time. And so she goes on craft binges. And I find some of them to be very fascinating because they're really, really good ideas.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, can't knock it. Oh, oh God.
I
Yeah,
like,
my problem is that I'll go on a reference for something and then I end up with a zillion of them for like days. What was it I did the other? Oh, somebody asked me for tablet suggestions. And so now I'm getting inundated with Huion and XP Pen and like they're just flooding everything because somebody and I'm like I'm good. I'm good. My monitor is beautiful. Cycling to creepypasta. My kid's into creepypasta. Boy, that's weird. Not 100% sure. I'm okay with this.
you know, I'm starting to realize that instead of having realistic fingers, I have very Ren and Stimpy hands with the giant finger.
Yes. Wow. It already sounds bad. Oh, why are you sending me another YouTube video? Because now I've got to go see. I got a flea treatment ad.
Well, if you needed to treat your fleas,
And George does not have fleas. This one of those in the middle. It shows like a split second of something. No. Oh, gotcha. You have to listen to it. I can't listen to it without getting us dinged on the. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's one of my big things. I hate being jump scared. So as long as it's not jump scares, I'm good. Doesn't bother me. Yep. Good voice though. Fair. The colors don't quite match.
What is the underside of this nose not doing what I need?
Oh, yee. Freaking busy work. Been meaning to do this for a while.
Yeah. I'll be right back, Jensen.
See you in a sec. We'll be here. So, in light of the realization that was made a while back by Ken about using, which we of course got from Cat, because just about everything we get from Cats is using this reference page here. In light of that, I'm going through and putting in all the reference colors that belong to all these things so that we can have them set up properly. Well, it's wet outside. We're still above freezing, so it's just going to be ugly as things get colder. All right. Righty. Now, chain is 0. Skin. And alternate is a 2. Right? Well, I mean, like, that's this thing over here that's really cool is the reference thing. So I have this entire swatch. Like, this is my design document swatch. So I'm just going to save it and load it up over here in this corner. And then I can just click on the swatches anytime I want. I'll have all the colors I ever need for Bellatrix Rising already built in. But I'm doing all the black and whites now, so this is where this all has to go in. Then her hair is not 110s, it's a T10. I haven't figured out all the things that are going on with Clip 2 yet, but I at least got like sort of started on some of the things, so it's kind of interesting. Bennett's skin is also a 0. That's fair. Oh, I hope so. Then I can ask you pointed questions. Like, why are you asking me all these questions? Like, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Help me. And her eyes are pretty much just black and white, which is fine. Well, that's fair. You're gonna get your butt kicked because you're up so late from Canada. I have a buddy who does that too from time to time, but she's a medical doctor in Canada, and so like when she gets on my case, I'm like, I feel really guilty because she's a doctor. I'm like, uh, 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 help. Okay, so her hair is T. Is it T5? T6? No, T7. There you go. Really? Because that doesn't really fit. Okay, well, that's fine. Right. There. That's what we all do, though. Us drawing people, we're notorious for this stuff. My wife just gave up. She's just off she went. She's like, "Good night, bye," and off she goes. And then I don't. And she goes to sleep, and she's perfectly content leaving me to my own devices. And she's like, "Hey, you know what? Kill yourself off. That's fine." I think she really probably wouldn't be that way if she was in here. It's like, maybe not. I say that, but I'm sure she'd be like, actually, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I actually kind of dig that plan. Look, almost reversed. Oh, that sounds brutal, actually. I mean, I say that, but Alexa runs this house. So, there's that. Much to the entertainment of just about everybody, especially Brent, who really likes to try to set off my Alexa and make my Alexa start doing weird things, which I won't make it do tonight because I really don't want to wake up the house. Officers are T8. And enlisted are T4. Oh, that matches pretty well. Kind of nice to know. We didn't decide what Marines were. They probably shouldn't be a T8. I'd go for T6 for the Marines, except you want the Marines to be darker. So T9. I follow that. If you're wondering, by the way, this black and white layer actually has, I'll pull it back out for the colors later. Yeah. I follow that a lot, sadly. Marine green should probably be T. You know what? It's going to be T6. Probably going to get backlash from Brent, but he can just deal. So we had just learned about a term called body doubling. And body doubling is something that ADDers do by nature. And that is they find somebody to just sit next to and work with, because that way they feel like they should stay on task. And so this is like this show, this is body doubling. That's what this stream is all about. It's ADD body doubling. And so you are free to join us at any time you want, and body double with us. And that is totally cool. Body doubling is not, in fact, making a duplicate of yourself so that both of you could work together and get the same thing done in twice the time. I was a little disappointed to find that out. It's totally a thing. And actually, I just read an entire article on that and now realize why I gravitate to things like this stream, which this stream is all it is body doubling for us ADDers. Join me so you feel obligated to do your damn work, so that I feel obligated to do my damn work. Entirely true. Yep. So now you can join us and body double, which doesn't mean you made a pot of yourself and then had two of you so that you can then get work twice as fast. Like I said, I was disappointed by that part, but well. Yeah, that's what I do too. I'm realizing that that's effectively what we're doing is we're watching YouTube videos of people working to remind us that we're supposed to work, which is pretty much what you're doing right now. You're here watching me work, so you feel like you should work. I used to do zoning out and staring at the wall, but I don't anymore. Not that much. But that's mostly because I'm getting older. And I think that things are starting to settle in more and, that kind of stuff.
I am near. I am here.
We were just talking about body doubling, which does not, in fact, involve us making a pot of ourselves and getting twice as much work done. Oh well. Silver's T2.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I clone myself every day.
It makes it easier to get work done.
Yeah.
Well, medical is spec is
Whoa.
whatever you're doing, don't.
I mean, that's a handy thing to have. Just not suddenly like that.
Line is T5. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted to do. And reserve is T10. Really? I guess it has to be. Nor alert orange is T4. I'm talking out loud because I'm getting tired.
Well, that's okay. You only have 7 minutes.
Yep. It's all good. I think I may have made a mistake. Not a bad one.
You're on the wrong layer, aren't you?
No, I think so. When I made Bennett, when I redid her for the repop of Bennett, it's the same character. It's the same character that I had at the Tamerlane on the Tamerlane side. In Tamerlane though, she had brown hair. I made her have blonde hair now because it offsets better when you look at the very dark brown hair of Mayrel and the black hair of Chang. It looks better to have
Mm-hmm.
blonde. So I made her blonde just so it made a good balance. But I think I have said that in black and white her hair is still brown, which is fine. It just means that the last comic though she has darker hair. Nobody's ever going to notice because it's 2 shades lighter, so it's not like anybody's going to notice. But I am sitting going, man, I really need to like settle down on my palettes and leave them alone. Stop messing with stuff because it should be
Yes.
5. Yep, that's it right there. It matches better, and that makes you T5 as well. In fact, every time we see Lionette Gold, we should probably make it T5 because that's what it is. Down here. It is definitely raining out there.
Yeah. Oh, so I was watching a stream earlier tonight, and the person was trying like snacks from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And they got these gingerbread cookies, in which it's the most haunted and like they're the most creepy ass gingerbread cookies I think I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
Because they just had these like haunted, sorrowful eyes and this gaping mouth, and it's like, why would you do this to a gingerbread man?
Well, that's pretty. Oh my god.
What would I do with your hair? I don't know. You already have pretty dynamic hair. Oh. Okay.
It looks like a dead crow. I don't.
Does it?
I think people are picking on you because I'm like, it doesn't look like a dead crow to me.
Yeah, Your hair is fine, Melon.
Cashew is T10.
In fact, even if it did look like a dead crow, that would actually make your hairstyle even more unique.
Yeah.
Just that much more.
That's weird. Here's where saturation becomes a funny, interesting game. Because the colors are... Why is that a lighter... It shouldn't be walnut. It should be... I don't know. Weird. I have to change that, I think. I don't think I like that. I don't think that turned out like
No, crow is wrong for the description of your hair. Here, let me. One, it's a very cute hairstyle. I like it.
Are you talking about real hair or an animation or character hair?
Character hair. Look at my screen.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, that's cute hair. I like
No,
it.
I like it the way it is.
If I had to describe,
You're getting all chunked up there. We lost you for a minute there. Try it again.
okay. You know, the main shape of it right here looks more like a crab to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a
negative.
A negative.
No,
because I like that shape.
Yeah, that's kind of also more of a one of the things that we see a lot with anime is natural shapes that mimic sea things, because the Japanese are obsessed with sea things. I say this with a lot of love.
Yeah.
I have spent an inordinate amount of time with them.
But I like this design. I love this design.
Yeah, don't change anything.
Yeah, don't change it. Because it really plays well with the leaves. Because when you have the leaves going...
Weird. Are you in here, George, to tell me to go to bed? Is that what you're here for?
Oh my god!
You
I've been here for hours. I'm gonna die unless I get some water to play with.
Right. Not just to drink, to play with. This is the key. This is important. He needs water to play with. Yeah. Like I said, you're such a big cat. You're a good cat. You're so good. You're so good. Here, that's it, you know. It probably is time for us to quit, though, isn't it? Time for us to hit the hay.
Yeah, it's 12:05.
It is. My phone went to black and white a little while ago. The problem is I've got a restart warning on the in my taskbar, so it's going to restart during the night. So if I don't save all of these things, which includes this design document thing, which I wasn't going to save as a clip file, but I guess I will now. If I don't save these things, they'll all be gone in the morning. Like so much.
No, I like them. Keep them, Melon.
So much.
Absolutely keep them.
Oh my goodness. Move you over here. There we go. And George is like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. This is a thing. We can do this. He's just purring. The purry furry. I feel like this is you trying to sniff my nose so you can lick my nose, you weirdo. He's a good cat. He's weird, but he's a good cat. He's a weird good cat. Here, I'll put you here so I can do the things. So I can't save all of this while you're standing there. I need to do the same thing I just did with this design document with springs, so that I can have a springs one up and a Bellatrix Rising one, and then just have them both over here and then just flip back and forth. Since you can have more than one up in the sub view. So I'll just have one document for the design document for this and that one for that one. Then I can close that one now and then shut this down, which I need to shut everything down because I know it wants very desperately to restart this machine. Ooh, let's see what the status is on Kerbal.
Tap that vein. Tap that vein.
I love Kerbal so much. Kerbal is so good. It's such a good game. Doesn't look like it's ready to update yet. That's right, we'll live. We'll live. I've got a friend of mine, and she's an EMT, and she's been posting pictures of them doing extreme training, you know, how to retrieve somebody from like a building and how to pull them out of cars and things like that. And I've known her since junior high, so she's like she's a buddy of mine from a long way back. And I'm looking at them extracting these people from this van. And so I posted on there, I was like, first thought, somebody had to roll that van. Second thought, that sounds like fun. Third thought, I'm 50 with a bad back. I better not do that. I'm like, but I'd roll that man. But she didn't catch it. And so she was like, you could come out here and use all the power tools on the van. That'd be fine. You just have to be careful of the certain big ones that are too bad for your back. And I'm like, no, you've misunderstood. I wanted to roll the man. I'm like, that'd be so much fun. Like, it's a thing. I love driving vehicles, but also I like being extreme with them sometimes. It's like, but I'm too old now. I can't really do that with vehicles anymore. But it was still very funny. She's just laughing at me. She's like, yeah, that sounds like you. Like, sorry, I like machines.
Yeah, it's like the that one joke meme that you see from Toad. It's like I don't always roll a joint, but when I do, it's my ankle.
Right? Cat, that's exactly right. I want to crash, zoom. Come on. Just the thought of like rolling the van would be so cool. Yeah, I know, right? Now.
Well, it is 12:11.
I've shut everything down. So I am ready to go. Good night, Cat. Good night, Melon. It's been great having both of you guys here. And I think that's pretty much all we've had tonight. We did have Brent for just a moment or two, but I think we lost him early on.
Yeah, I haven't even seen Donald tonight.
Yeah, I haven't seen Donald. We had Brent once, and then that's it. It's been Cat and Melon, which are on either side of the country. So we had the 3 dots across the country.
Yep.
Which is cool. Like that. Cool. Well, good night, everybody. And sleep well, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. I'm going to have a short show tomorrow because I've got a doctor's appointment at 10. So I'll have to get out of here at 9:50. So just so you're aware. I will see you all later, and as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Good night.
Bye.